There's nothing worse than ordering plants through the mail and finding out that the person who sent them to you either doesn't raise healthy plants, or the plants are badly packaged, or they've sat in the mail too long. So I'm going to give you some tips today on what I look for in a plant supplier online. Because if you're like me and you enjoy growing bush tucker, or you like the rarer Australian natives, at some point you're probably going to end up having to order them online. So I've got this parcel today. I'm not going to tell you what nursery it's from until I'm finished going through the packaging, but let's have a look at what's inside. Now, first of all, the seller has made sure that this is packed really well, and see how that's taped around there to hold it in the box? That makes sure it doesn't jiggle around. Alright, now they're a bit bent over at the top, but it's actually been done quite gently, so I'm okay with that. Oh look, I've got a whole heap of plant tags there, which I'm not going to show you because I've got the name of the nursery on them. Yeah, so a whole heap of plant tags there, which gives me information on my plants, and they've very thoughtfully labelled them on top of the plastic, which is really handy because sometimes it's difficult to tell the difference between some of our Australian natives, especially if you're getting things like lily pillies. Let's have a look. That's beautifully packaged for starters. Okay, each of these, see this? Each of these pots has been sealed at the top, and that's great because that stops soil coming out. And the way that they were bent over at the top, they were bent very carefully so that there's been no snapping and no damage. I have bought before and had some damage. Now, looking at the plants, they've been in the post for 5 days, and the weather's hot. And I'm looking, and you know what? They look like they're in great condition. They look like they've actually been planted. They look like they've actually been prepared really well. Like, they look smashing. To be honest, they look really healthy. How do I know they look healthy? Well, they're not really wilting. Okay, there's some sadness there, but I'd be sad if I was kept in a locked up box for 5 days. So there's some sadness there, but in general they look very healthy. There's a lot of green there. Now this one, which is a small leaf tamarind, has some light green spots on it, which could be a rust or a scale by the looks of it, so that's not great. Looks like there's some powdery stuff on the rye berries, but all in all they look pretty healthy, and I'm wondering whether that powdery stuff has actually come on while it's been in the closed up box, because the way they were packaged, making sure that they take up all of that, means that when they naturally transpired they would have released moisture into the box, so effectively keeping that humidity to keep them really healthy. Now I'm going to go through and tell you what I got. First up, cinnamon myrtle, one of my favorites. Used during the Second World War as a cinnamon substitute. These leaves, you have to crush them a little bit, which always seems a shame. Smell amazing. And they're a really pretty little plant. They have beautiful white starry flowers. A little baby finger lime. Now, that's grown from cutting, which means that it's going to grow, it's going to fruit a lot earlier than ones grown from seed. Finger limes are incredibly spiky, but they're worth it because there's a reason that they are called lime caviar. Once you taste the little spears of lime, you pop them on your tongue, you feel the burst in your mouth, you won't go back. I've wanted these for so long. This is vanilla lily. And much like the murnongs that I've talked about in my other videos, I shouldn't be growing this plant in the tropics, but I'm going to give it a good shot. They have beautiful vanilla scented flowers, and the tubers are edible as well. Very important food for our First Nation peoples in Australia. Looks like Milla. It is! It's Milla vine! Okay, so I'm really excited about this one. This is a vine, incredibly invasive, like it just takes over areas, even here in the tropics where it's a native. But the thing about Milla vine, it has these little jelly bean shaped fruits that apparently are mwah, can't wait to try them. Oh, by the way, the reason I knew that was Milla vine is because the silvery backs of the leaves, isn't that gorgeous? When they hang down from the treetops, you just get these big dangles of silver, gold leaf backs. It's gorgeous. Limeberry, a tropical plant that once again, little sour fruits from the citrus family, but these ones don't have rind. Can't wait to try that one too. Right, 2 native tamarinds. I've already got native tamarinds, but this is just a different species, and I'm a bit of a collector. And native tamarinds are delicious. That's another Milla vine. I always buy 2. Well, not always, but most of the time I buy 2 of any species because, or 3, because not every plant survives, right? Genetics are genetics, and it works right the way through the animal and plant kingdoms. Some individuals just don't survive. So to double my chances, I buy 2. To triple my chances, I buy 3. So that also tells me if I plant both of them and one thrives and one dies, I can either tell what I've done differently, or if I haven't done anything differently, then I know that it was just the plant, it wasn't my gardening. Right, these are rye berries, which is a lily pilly that produces abundant fruit, and apparently the most palatable of the fruit. But I want to see, because rain cherries, Syzygium fibrosum, they're pretty yummy. And this is a small leaf tamarind. This is actually quite a hard tree to get, and I had one of these when I lived down south, but it was in the ground, so I had to leave it. So I just wanted to replace it and see how it went up here. It went really well down there, even through drought, so I'm hoping that it will do even better here. Of course, but I only got one because I kind of met my budget limit. Kind of went over it a little bit. Okay, so what are you looking for? You're looking for the packaging. Has it been packaged so that plants don't lose soil, don't get bent and broken, and so that there's not too much air in there so that they can still pick up humidity when they transpire? Have they been planted? Have they been packaged with enough moisture to keep them green and happy? And are there any signs of diseases or nutrient deprivation? And I would give this, there's a lot of good plants there, 9 out of 10. Really easy to use their store as well. And because I've given them 9 out of 10 now, I'll tell you who it is. And I get no benefit from this. I'm not being paid. I get no discount, nothing. They don't even know I'm making this video. So this is Lantofia Nursery. I'll put the link in the description. And they are a business which propagates all their own plants and sells directly to people. They go to a lot of markets. They have a nursery, I understand, but I'm far too far away. I'm like 2 days drive away from them, so I can't drive there. And they were really quick as well. I bought these on Sunday. Monday morning they were in the post, so no complaints there. So 9 out of 10. And that's that for today. I'm gonna go because I want to release these babies from their packaging and have some fun figuring out how I'm going to store them in my crowded propagation area at the moment until I can pot them. And that's it. I would like to thank all of you who support the channel. It is so appreciated when you give me comments, when you leave a like. For a small channel like mine, that means the world. So thank you very much. I would really appreciate it if you would hit the subscribe and like button if you want to see more of this, and if you enjoyed this, go and watch some of my other stuff. If I get some more watch time, I'm going to be able to make monetize my channel, and then I'm going to be able to make more videos. So please, if you like what I'm doing, help me do it more and help me produce better quality stuff, because I'll have more time to do it if I monetize. If you like my shirt, it's now selling in my Etsy store. I'll put the link in the comments, and I'll see you next time.